I think a large amount of our suffering is our own creation, which comes from the fact that we interpret something in a way that makes us feel bad. That doesn't, and I don't mean to say that pain is that. I draw a distinction between pain and suffering. For example, if I hurt my finger, I may feel pain. Whether or not I suffer over it is a question of how I interpret it. I mean, another simple example often used, stuck in a traffic jam. We may suffer, we may feel a lot of stress, etc. Someone else could be sitting in exactly the same traffic jam saying this is the least stressful part of driving. You have exactly the same situation, one person suffering, another person not suffering. It's nothing to do with the situation, it's to do with the way we interpret it. So I think a lot of our suffering comes from the fact that we create our own interpretation of things. We start interpreting what is going on. This is bad for me. I'm not going to be happy in the future. And so we create suffering. A lot of this comes out of feeling there's some sort of lack, that we're missing something. And I think this is what the Buddha saw so clearly 2,500 years ago, that the mind in its natural state feels at ease. And this is what many, not just the Buddha, I think most spiritual teachers have seen this, that when the mind settles down and comes to a state of quiet and ease, it feels peaceful. Then what happens is we start telling ourselves things aren't right. I'm missing this, I need that, if only I had more money, a better job, a better partner, live somewhere different, whatever, some new clothes, I'd be happy. So we tell ourselves we can't be happy until we get something. And I think this is the root, in principle, of a lot of suffering. We're telling ourselves things aren't the way I want them to be, or I don't want this person around, I don't like this. So a lot of that suffering is we are creating that suffering for ourselves in our mind because of the way we interpret what is going on. I think this is the root of most suffering.